Hey, what's up guys, this is Shipra and today in this video I'll be talking about Oppo F1s, which is Oppo's latest edition in their selfie focused F1 series. Now this smartphone falls somewhere between Oppo F1 and F1 Plus and it's priced around 18,000. So is this whole package something really worth buying at 18,000? We're gonna find out in my review of Oppo F1s. So starting with the design, it looks very similar to the plus-sized counterpart F1 Plus, but it's slightly thicker at 7.4mm if we compare it to F1 Plus, which was 6.6mm in thickness. If you look closely, it also looks bigger in terms of size and it feels heavier also if you compare it with F1 Plus. Now in terms of build quality, it looks very premium. It features a metal unibody and impressively curved edges. So definitely the phone has a premium look and feel to it. So overall, I have no complaints in terms of design. Besides that, it exactly looks like an iPhone 6s clone. Oppo F1s packs a 5.5-inch HD display with Corning Gorilla Glass 4 protection. Resolution is a major letdown given the phone's mid-range price tag, as these days even sub 10K smartphones rocks Full HD screen. This is definitely not the brightest display, I would say. Colors look a bit dull and contrast levels are mediocre. Sunlight legibility is just average. And the phone comes with a fingerprint sensor which is integrated into the home button. And during my usage, I found it impressively responsive. It recognized my fingerprints near instantly. Moving further, it's a dual SIM device. Now the best part is it provides a dedicated microSD card slot along with 2 nano SIM slots. Though it already has 32GB of internal storage, and if that doesn't suffice, you can expand it up to 128GB. Now under the hood, the phone packs a MediaTek MT6750 octa-core processor which comes bundled with 3GB of RAM. Now as far as the performance goes, I did not face any issue while playing games such as Shadow Fight and Dead Trigger 2. Mali T860 GPU handles gaming quite well. Even multitasking was completely lag-free with smooth transitions as apps opened up quickly. Now juicing up the smartphone is a 3075 mAh battery which can easily last a day of moderate usage. I easily managed to get a day of battery usage which included emails, web browsing, gaming, watching videos on YouTube and of course taking selfies before the battery died out. But that said, when you do run out of juice, it takes an awfully long time to get it fully charged. There is no support of fast charging and bundled charger takes around 4 hours to get it fully charged. I feel Oppo has missed out on an opportunity by not adding its VOOC fast charging technology. The phone still takes more than 3-4 hours to get to 100% at its price. So I desperately felt VOOC technology should have been a part of this smartphone. Now in terms of software, this smartphone still runs Android 5.1, which is again a big time letdown. Because now Google doesn't even offer cutting edge Android 5.1 updates anymore. And I'm not even sure if the company plans to roll out Android Marshmallow update for the device. Now besides that, the device runs Oppo's own ColorOS 3.1 Android skin, which is heavily inspired by iOS. Hence, it definitely misses out on that look and feel of stock Android. And noticeably, there is no app drawer as well. Now let's talk about the USP of the device, which is its selfie camera. It features a 16-megapixel front-facing shooter with f2.0 aperture, and it simply does not disappoint. Selfies which I captured turned out to be crisp and full of details. Even the 13-megapixel primary camera took out good images in bright outdoor settings and in well-lit conditions. However, both the cameras tend to struggle in challenging light conditions. You can see the image output is very grainy in low light condition. I've already posted my detailed camera review of Oppo F1s, so in case you want to know more about the device camera, make sure you check that out too. Now this smartphone is available at around 18,000 and it's available in 2 color options, gold and grey. Overall, if you look at the device, you will probably find any other mid-range smartphone with better specs. But for people who love taking selfies, this is probably one of the best camera you can find in this price range. So that's it in my review of Oppo F1s. Thanks for watching guys. I hope you liked it. If yes, give it a thumbs up and do not forget to subscribe the channel. I'll talk to you guys in my next video. Till then, have a great time.